Every show has a beginning, every show has a reason. Now, thanks for tuning into Madras Media, and here we are with the very first episode of our exclusive show in our exclusive channel. And taking into consideration that this being the first show that we are ever producing, we have decided to take a person, interview him, who has just recently launched his very first book. Isn't it working out fine? Let's get started. So here we are, guys. Mr. Prithvin Rajendran, the author of Iron Tooth, is waiting inside. So let's go inside and meet him. So hi guys, we are in one of the cottages of Hot Kitchen ECR with the author of Iron Tooth, Mr. Prithvin Rajendran. Hi Prithvin, how do you do?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So guys, this is what we are talking about, the Iron Tooth that hit the market in June 2011. So Prithvin, tell me, what prompted you to write this book?
When I completed my standard 12, I had 3 months to spare after the constant and strenuous mugging. I thought of doing something different and interesting. So I initially thought of, drawing a portrait. But then later on I thought of, okay, maybe I'll try my hand at writing. Initially I thought of having my book to be around, 85 pages. But then later on the story grew by leaps and bounds. And finally you can see that the Iron Tooth is having 226 pages.
So no wonder there's a general saying stating that not all can become authors. Here you have a person who got just 90 days after his schooling to join a college and he utilized it to become an author. It's truly inspiring, Prithvin. Yeah, how do you actually do that? Like you write a book for 226 pages and you spend time for that. When every other person in this world sits and imagines about going out with friends, partying. So Prithvin, it took you 3 years to write this book and another 3 years to get this book published, and it just makes me think, why? What took you so much time to actually bring out this book?
I started writing in 2005 and it took 3 years to complete the book because of injuries, exams and projects.
Oh, okay.
One time, the tendons in my right hand tore and my right hand was in plaster for 3 months.
Oh.
So this prevented me from, taking up any writing or anything else.
Okay, right.
And then after completing the book in 2008, it took time to find a professional editor as well as in finding an appropriate publisher.
So Prithvin, you'll be actually happy to know that I actually skimmed through your book. I'm really sorry I did not have the time to read the book, but I just skimmed through and saw that the main protagonist is Prince 6, right?
Yes, yeah.
And this book is situated and centered around a continent called Gudabia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you can see there's a pic about the tooth, which is actually the Iron Tooth, right?
Perfect, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. It actually looks good. The language, the whole makeup of the book. So Prithvin, tell me, what is so special about your book? And what's the differentiating factor that you can say that your book is different from any other Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or even the Twilights that have hit the market recently?
There are many differentiating factors. I created my own continent, the continent of Gudabaya, as well as I created my own one new character actually. They are called the Barks. They are there's a major war where the Barks fight against the good. And also I introduced 4 maps. And in one of those maps, Journey to Dashter, the protagonists, they travel through, mountains, forests, valleys, rivers.
Something like Lord of the Rings.
Not like that, but something like that, yeah. And as well as and also I created my own script. It's called the Nutrip script.
Okay.
And the Barks, they converse in that script. And also the Iron Tooth itself is a different thing, completely different thing. Yes.
So this is what Prithvin was talking about. As you can see in the last few pages, he's prepared his own language with some words which I don't understand. Thankfully there are A, B, C, D and there are maps here. As you can see, he's put various maps explaining the journey of the protagonist, Mr. Prince Six, traveling from what place is this? Keep to the capital. And then there's a portrayal of Mr. Prithvin Rajendran himself. So guys, if you have been regularly following the media, you would actually come to know that the articles about his book launch was released in Indian Express, Hindu and various other papers, which was launched officially during the first week of August.
Yeah, August 6th.
August 6th. So Prithvin, would you like to tell something about your book launch?
I had my book launch in August, that is August 6th.
You told me, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And also Krishnamachari Srikanth, the chairman of the BCCI selection committee, he released my book.
Oh,
and
cool.
Dr. John Hall, vice consul, received the first copy. The other dignitaries who were there were Mr. Sudarshan, executive editor of the New Indian Express,
Okay.
Dr. A.C. Mohandas, IAS, and Reverend D.C. Premraj, presbyter. The hall was bustling with activity. There were more than 250 people
Nice.
who had come to see the book launch. I was really overjoyed when I saw so many people.
So guys, that was Prithvin Rajendran for you, the author of Iron 2. Thanks Prithvin for being part of the show.
Thanks, Herbert. Yeah.
So what about this book? Can I keep it?
Yeah, you can do so.
So guys, I am here after interviewing Mr. Prithvin Rajendran with this book, which I'm really excited to
One
read.
thing, Herbert, please encourage your guy and girlfriends to buy this book.
Guys is fine. I'm really sorry to inform you that I don't have any girlfriends.
Oh, is it so?
Yes. And Prithvin, would you like to say something to your family and friends about this show and about the book? Would you like to share something to your family members and friends?
I would like to thank my parents, grandparents, brothers who encouraged me to write this book. They enabled me to dedicate this much time to the writing of the book. As well as I would like to thank the chief guests who came that day, especially Mr. Krishnamachari Srikanth. As well as and also all the people who eagerly came to see my book being released on the 6th of August. And special thanks to Herbert, as well as the staff and management of Madras Media for having this interview done with me. And I would like to thank even my friends Siddharth Santalia, Prince Kallat, Mohammed, Abdullah, especially of Style Studios, who created the invitation card, my website, www.theirontooth.com. And as well as everything else, he has been coordinating everything with me. And special thanks to God Almighty for enabling me to see all these things.
Nice.
Thank you.
So speaking of Prince Kallat, you know what Prithvin, you'll be really happy to know that Mr. Prince Kallat is waiting outside for us with lunch.
Oh, is it so?
Yes.
Great, huh?
So shall we go and join him now?
Sure thing.
So this is Mr. Prince Kallat, the director of Hot Kitchen ECR. So Prince, can you tell us something about Hot Kitchen, what it is about and what is the speciality in
Our main services include, catering to IT parties, corporate events, birthday parties, marriage receptions, and we almost cater to all the parts of Chennai city. And Hot Kitchen ECR began in the year 1999, and we are located in East Coast Road, which is considered one of the prime locations of Chennai city. Having tasted success for the last 12 years, we've been getting customers mainly from all over the state, all over Mahabalipuram city, and also from IT corporates. And the success is our employees. We do not treat them as employees alone, but they are also a part of a huge family. The people over here, they do not work for money. They are very passionate, and that has been our main success story for the last 12 years.